Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be looking at Captain Marvel, a movie that a lot of us have been waiting a long time for. The last piece of the puzzle of Avengers saga. So let's get started. First, let's take a look at the goods and why you should go watch it in the theater. So the pace of the movie basically was one thing that I was afraid of going into this movie. And the way how they're going to handle the backstory of Carol Danvers. You know, are they going to waste a lot of time on it? Are they going to push half of the movie onto us of her just, being Carol Danvers and becoming Captain Marvel? But the way they handled it, and I was extremely surprised, was through mostly flashbacks. And it didn't waste a lot of time. This was supposed to be an action-filled and action-packed movie. And they really did deliver in that sense. Excellent pace. Captain Marvel definitely wins the battle as opposed to Wonder Woman in this regard. Next, let's take a look at cinematography. Given how much of an action-packed movie this was supposed to be, a superhero movie, the visuals had to be really good. And the way they handled it, really impressive visual. Especially at the very end, when Captain Marvel really became Captain Marvel, the fight scenes were just astounding. So visuals and the cinematography definitely gets a high 8.5 from us. Acting for the most part was really good. Jude Law was impressive. Samuel Jackson, same old snakes on the plane type of deal. Who really stood out though, and whose acting I really loved was Ben Mendelsohn. I don't want to spoil too much, but he was responsible for quite a few laughs. What about the main character, Brie Larson? Well, there could have been better Captain Marvels out there, but, she did deliver. But she's no Gal Gadot and, Wonder Woman of DC, but she did deliver, so I'm not going to take much away from her performance. Acting was quite good, actually. Direction, for the most part, was well placed. Again, I'll mention the pace, because it really speaks volume to how the director thought this through and limited the backstory to just flashbacks mainly, and how they showed that and not wasting too much time and just focused on the main movie, the present. And the action scenes were amazing. The comedy was amazing in this. Really speaks volume to the direction. Like all good superhero movies, we don't necessarily go there for the story. We go there for some action and some laughs. For example, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor 3, Ragnarok, lots of good movies like that. Captain Marvel, not much of a story there aside from the backstory, and the way they handled the backstory, like I mentioned, was through the flashbacks, and did a phenomenal job at it. So the story was kept simple, and Marvel really did a great job in delivering it. Few things here. Number one, the wow factor. Was there a wow factor in this movie? Like Batman becoming Batman, or Superman picking up this cape for the first time? There wasn't much of a wow factor in this movie. So that's number one. Number two, the emotional detachment from the main character. They tried to give her this persona which didn't fit the movie really well. And even if she's the strongest creature in the Marvel universe, they could have shown her vulnerable side, just like Wonder Woman. DC did a fantastic job in that regard of showing Wonder Woman's vulnerable side. Captain Marvel, not so much. That's why you felt like there was a detachment from the audience with the main character. So the question comes, should you watch this in theaters? Oh, absolutely yes. Action-packed, thrilling movies such as this, superhero movie, and Avengers Endgame right around the corner, you definitely don't want to miss that. So Captain Marvel is very important for watching Avengers. How about 3D or no 3D? 3D, I wouldn't advise it because for me, the brightness level of 3D movies actually is lower than non-3D. I'm the type of guy who loves watching the movies in non-3D. But if it's something like Alita, I would prefer 3D. This one, not so much. Overall, I would rate this movie about 8 out of 10. To make it simple, Marvel took a simple story and made it very entertaining and very visually impressive. And definitely worth a watch despite some of the downsides. And it's quite entertaining, it's quite visually impressive. Also, if you're going to watch it for anything, watch it to find out what happens to Samuel Jackson's eye. We've been wondering for all these years. They definitely show it in this movie. Stick around for the credit scenes. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like it. Thumbs up.